Are you just completely exhausted by checking your stock portfolio like 20 times a day? Well, let's dive into this explainer and discover how Elon Musk's mathematical approach to running multiple multi-billion-dollar companies can literally become your ultimate investing weapon. We're talking about a guy who is arguably one of the busiest human beings on the planet, simultaneously running Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X. But here's the real secret we're going to unpack today. He doesn't just work hard, he manages his time with absolute mathematical precision. And look, while you might not have any desire to build rockets or electric cars, his exact time management framework is essentially the ultimate secret weapon for modern investors. So today, we're breaking down his brutal rules for efficiency and translating them directly to your investment portfolio.
100. Now that is the sheer volume of hours Musk famously crams into a single work week. For most of us, that number is a recipe for instant burnout, right? It sounds totally chaotic. But actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. It is highly, highly structured. To maximize your gains while saving literally hundreds of hours of your own time, we have to look at exactly how he breaks those 100 hours down. Because it's not about working more, it's about engineering your time so efficiently that every single second is leveraged for maximum output.
So moving into Section 1, the core framework, mastering time boxing.
The contrast here is honestly staggering. While most people plan their days in these kind of bloated one-hour blocks, an hour for a meeting, an hour for lunch, an hour to check emails, Musk chops his day into ruthless 5-minute increments. Literally every single minute is assigned a specific task. He might spend 5 minutes eating lunch while firing off critical emails, and then the next 5 minutes reviewing rocket engine telemetry. He protects his time so fiercely that if a meeting doesn't require his immediate direct feedback, he simply gets up and leaves.
The real secret behind this extreme scheduling is something called Parkinson's Law. It's the old adage that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Think about it. If you give yourself an entire week to finish a task, guess what? It's going to take you a week. But if you force yourself to do it in 5 minutes, you eliminate all the fluff, all the hesitation, and you just find a way to get it done. Musk uses this psychological principle to focus only on what absolutely moves the needle.
All right, Section 2, the second pillar, first principles thinking.
Now, if time boxing organizes his schedule, first principles organizes his brain. Here's how it works. Step 1. Stop relying on analogy or just doing things how they've always been done. Step 2. Break the problem down to fundamental truths. And Step 3. Reason up from the core physics. When building SpaceX, rockets were absurdly expensive, right? Well, instead of accepting the status quo, Musk actually priced out the raw aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber on the commodities market. He realized the raw materials were only about 2% of a rocket's traditional cost. He didn't just build a better rocket, he fundamentally changed the math. And applied to daily life, instead of writing polite, beautifully crafted essays for emails, he uses short, direct, actionable communication. He banishes large corporate gatherings. By applying first principles to his workflow, he saves countless hours of administrative waste.
Okay, Section 3, the pivot. Building wealth, not rockets. Because you're probably wondering, how does a normal person map these frameworks onto a profitable portfolio? Let's take these grand concepts of rocket science and electric vehicles and apply them directly to your money.
So, this right here is the modern investor's trap. Wasting hundreds of hours staring at red and green charts, refreshing 50 open tabs, reading endless financial news, and just stressing over daily market noise. It's utterly exhausting. But there's a much better way, which is the calm, automated efficiency of a Musk-inspired approach. It's all about setting up robust systems, letting them run asynchronously, and ultimately getting your life back.
Which brings us to Section 4, the Young Investor Playbook, 4 Steps to Efficiency.
Transforming your portfolio basically comes down to these 4 ruthless rules. We are going to time box your investment research, apply first principles to your assets, automate the fluff, and optimize your circle of competence. Let's execute.
Rule 1. Time box your research. Seriously, stop checking your portfolio 20 times a day. Instead, block out just one 30-minute window every single week. Or, if you absolutely must, 2 5-minute blocks a day. Treat your portfolio like a high-level business meeting. You go in, you review the hard data, and if there is no major fundamental news to act upon, you ruthlessly close the app. Protect your time at all costs.
Moving on to Rule 2, apply first principles to avoid market hype. Please, don't buy a stock or a crypto token just because it's trending on social media. You have to ask yourself, what is the raw utility of this asset? Does it generate actual cash flow? What is the basic cost of production versus its fundamental value? If the fundamental truth of the asset is just hype, you skip it.
Doing this just saved your weeks of anxiety and potential financial losses. You're reasoning from the ground up, not from the noise of the crowd. Rule 3 brings us to dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. It's an automated strategy to invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals regardless of market conditions. Just as Musk absolutely hates unnecessary meetings, you should hate manual trades. Automate the fluff. Set your apps to automatically buy your S&P 500 index funds, Bitcoin, or blue chip stocks every single payday. This completely removes human emotion from the equation and takes exactly 0 seconds of your weekly time budget. It is asynchronous investing at its absolute finest.
Finally, Rule 4 is optimizing your circle of competence. Look, Musk doesn't try to know everything about everything. He focuses deeply on physics, engineering, and coding. In investing, you just cannot master real estate, crypto, forex, and stocks all at once. It's impossible. Pick 1 or 2 niches you genuinely understand. Box your time into mastering just those specific areas and comfortably ignore the rest.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to remember Musk's own words. If you give yourself 30 days to clean your home, it will take 30 days. But if you give yourself 3 hours, it will take 3 hours. The same applies to your goals. Remember this profound realization. In the investing world, your time is just as valuable an asset as your money. By time-boxing your research, cutting out the market noise, and focusing on fundamental truths, you can build a highly profitable portfolio while actually having the time to live your life. So, I'll leave you with a provocative thought to challenge your current habits. Be totally honest with yourself right now. How many times a day do you check your portfolio? Let's fix that routine today. Reclaim your hours, eliminate the noise, and start investing your money and your time with absolute mathematical precision.